Bullies are not limited to age or environments. There are bullies in schools, bullies on the job places that you're going to go on. There are bullies in organizations, bullies in churches, bullies in communities, even bullies in homes. Your father could be a bully, your mother could be a bully, your brother could be a bully, your sister could be a bully. There are bullies in marriages. Everywhere you turn in life, there are going to be bullies. And because this is the case, then we have to learn how to deal with, handle, and to prevent it from happening in our lives, and not just our lives, because guess what? One day, y'all gonna have kids too. And your kids gonna have to deal with some of the same things that you failed to deal with when you was coming up. Bullies are normally people who are being hurt. There's a saying that says that hurt people hurt other people. Bullies are normally persons who have low self-esteem. They don't think much about themselves. Bullies thrive on persons who are normally smaller and weaker than themselves. Bullying is really just another form of abuse. And in most cases, most people who are being bullied are afraid to say that they're being bullied. Why? Because they're scared if they say something, the bully can put more pressure on them. And you all know pressure at all, eh? Bullies have caused a lot of people to commit suicide because they don't know where to turn, who to talk to, and how to deal with the situation. Or they just decide, well, let me just out my life. Being bullied is hurtful, but most of all, it's humiliating. Because nobody wants to know that they're the little freak inside the school. And this is what bullying causes people to do. Cause them to think less about themselves than they ought to think. Every time the bully see you, his or her objective is to make your life a living hell. Bullying is something that normally happens to a certain type of people or a certain group of people. Once you are different from other people, they feel that you're not supposed to exist. I remember when I was coming up in school, I was at high school at AFRD school. And if you came from Aaron Bailey or any of the other schools and you wore your uniform to our territory, that was our territory, we was going to deal with you. Because we felt you disrespecting us by bringing another uniform on our school campus. That has extended towards like Junkanoo groups. We feel that if we different from somebody else, that means that that person is not or does not have a right to be on planet Earth. So I'm a Saxon. If you're a Wally, we got issue with each other. Can I tell you this morning that God created 7 billion people on planet Earth and he didn't make no two alike? God is not in the Xerox business. He don't make carbon copies. He don't own shares and copy marks. God is an originator, and everything he makes, every one that he makes is an original. So stop trying to be like somebody else and embrace the fact that God created you different, because there's something that God has on planet Earth that only you could do. If you believe that, slap those hands together. So what if somebody don't like you? So what if somebody feel that you are free? You got to come to that place where you understand who you are, know who you are, so you understand that another person's opinion about you does not have to become your reality. Stop straightening bets. That's what leads to a lot of people that are getting shot in this country. Because we feel that we got to straighten bet. You hear somebody don't like you, you feel that you got the right, or you need to go and approach that person. So I hear you don't like me. If you don't like me, that's your business. What people think about you is none of your business. If you start to say our school grounds are breeding grounds for bullying. Why? Because the system says that if you fight, that you go. In most cases, this takes people ability or their desire to stand up for themselves and defend themselves away from them. Like I said, I've been bullied, and I've bullied a lot of people. One of the most difficult things to avoid Watch this, and this is important. It's not taking bullying personal. If somebody playing with, don't take it personal, because this is something that people do to people everywhere. If you take it personal, then you can start looking for faults that you have. It is no fault of your own. It's just that people feel that you're different from them. So because you're different from them, they feel that they got to show that they are better than you. Why you don't take it personal? Because the people who bully you normally got more issues than you are. We don't know what they're going through at home. We don't know if they're being abused at home. We don't know what kind of circumstances that they have to grow up in. I remember this mother brought this little boy to me. He was 16 years at the time. And everywhere this boy went, he fought. He would take advantage of anybody that was smaller than him. So the mother say, Pastor Carlos, if you can't do nothing with him, I'm going to take him to the court and I'm going to render him uncontrollable. Send him to boys' school or something like that. About 10 minutes into my office, this boy looked at me, I looked at him, he put his head down, then he looked at me again, I looked at him, he put his head down. Finally, he couldn't take it no more. He said, Mr. Reid, I ain't bad, you know. I said, okay. He said, everybody think that I bad. I said, okay. He said, you see, something happened to me. So when I was 10 years old, my father molested me. Now here was this boy. He was fighting other boys that were smaller than him, but he really wasn't fighting them. He was fighting his daddy, but he couldn't beat his daddy. So every image that resembled his daddy, he beat down, because the man that was supposed to validate him as a man turned him into a fool. So sometimes, when you see people that are bigoted, what we call in the Bahamas, or people that are bullying, a lot of times they're dealing with circumstances and situations that they don't even know how to deal with themselves. And I had to learn this. And I learned that anybody could be a victim of bullying. Can I tell you this morning that everyone on planet Earth occupies space? Right now, where you sitting right now, nobody else can sit in that chair because you occupying it. Nobody wants nobody in their space. If somebody was to come to you right now and say, move from here, that creates a problem. Why? Because you, even though you don't own that chair, you're occupying that space, and if somebody comes to try to get you moved, you'll feel that they're infringing on your space. That's just like having like your little brother or little sister come and start playing in your bed. Why are you playing in my bed? Because we all celebrate the fact that we have space, and we want to protect that space from everybody else that try to occupy that space. The bully is one who has a small space. So in order for him or she to feel good about themselves, they have to find someone else who has a smaller space than them, so they can control their space and add that to their space, so they can feel that they have a bigger space. So the mindset of a bully is to dictate where you can go and what you are able to do. One of the keys that I've learned in minimizing the possibility of being bullied is to enlarge your space. When you say, well, Carlos Reid, how I can enlarge my space? Number one, take control over your own self-esteem. Stop letting people make you feel smaller than what you are. Life is not about you shrinking so somebody else can feel good about themselves. You got to start building your own self-esteem. And how you do that? You got to change your thoughts about yourself. Because the last time I checked, the Word of God says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So you got to start thinking good things about you, even when your mother don't think nothing good about you, even when your daddy don't think nothing about you, even when your brothers and sisters, even when your teacher don't think nothing good about you. You got to learn how to think good about yourself. And how you do that? You got to start talking to yourself. You got to start making affirmations and declarations over your life that I am wonderfully and fearfully made. God placed me on planet Earth with a purpose and for a purpose. I'm not going to allow nobody to take away my space. I have the right to be on planet Earth, and I'm going to celebrate me even when nobody else wants to celebrate me. Are you all hearing me today? I had to do that with my life because one of my teachers told me that I was going to be an old no good bum. And I had to learn how to think good about myself. My father came from Jamaica. And people used to make fun of me because of how my father spoke. Some of you inside here, y'all from Haitian descent, so y'all know what I'm talking about. But I learned a long time ago that another person's opinion about me does not have to become my reality. See, my brothers and sisters, what I learned is what would you think, not what other people think. What other people think about you ain't none of your business. Bullies always find people who have smaller spaces than them. So if you could take control over you, chances are that you can control the bully. And number 3, find someone to talk to. You can't live in fear. You know what the acronyms for fear is? F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. You can't live your life in fear. You got to find somebody that you can talk to. Tell somebody, I don't care who it is. Maybe you might can't talk to your mommy or your daddy, but find somebody. It has to be somebody inside your life that you could talk to. Don't allow the bully to put you so much in fear. Don't allow the bully to cripple you to a place where you can't even function in life. You're afraid to go to school, so you start ducking school. The bully's goal is to make you feel less than yourself, to shrink you. You don't allow him to do that. Find somebody that you could be able to talk to. Tell a responsible adult, not just anybody. Tell an adult that's going to give you like good counsel, that's going to direct you in the right way on how to handle situation. You know what I tell people all the time? This might sound contradicting to a lot of things like people tell you in your school. The Bible says inside Ecclesiastes chapter 3 that there's a time and a season for everything. Even the Bible tells you it's a time to fight. You can't go through life and shrink and allow people to run your life. You got to take control of your own life. There's a time that you have to fight, but you got to fight smart. You go, you make the report. You go to your teacher, then go to the principal, go to your mommy, then go to the police. And they keep coming around you do it again. Go to your teacher, go to your mommy, go to the principal, go to the police. Everyone, I need y'all to please document this, write this. So when you reach the breaking point, there'll be records to show, but look, I've been looking for help. I asked everybody to help me. So anytime they take you to court, now the evidence come in, that you was being bullied by this person, you reported this person, and the system failed you. What I'm saying, don't just because somebody stepped to you, that means that you gotta go and you gotta fight back. You fight them smart. All right, no problem, that's how it can be. I'm trying to go someplace in life. How much of y'all would like to be successful one day? Have your own house, have your own car, have a family, travel all over the world? How much of y'all want to go to jail or dead on the road? Nobody put their hand up, right? So you don't let no devil cause you to go to jail or end up dead. Do things the smart way. And number 4, you got to ignore the bully. Again, the bully's intention is to take up space. And the most space he's going to take up is inside your mind. So don't allow him to take up this space inside your mind. You only get limited space. The average measurement between your 2 ears is 6 or 8 inches based upon the size of your head. You got to use reverse psychology on them. Because I found out that whatever you give attention to, that's what's going to control you. So use reverse psychology. When I say use reverse psychology, let's say that you on the bus. You on the jitney, we call in the Bahamas. And the bully walks on the bus while you're on the bus. Now you know he coming to bother with you. Because that's what bully do. They see you, they consider to be their chore, they can come bother with you. So you bother with him before he bother with you. Listen to me good. Listen to me good. Back over and say, man, I was saving your space right here, you know. I guarantee you they ain't gonna sit down there. Say, yeah, man, I got one seat right. I was saving the seat for you. He goes straight to the back. Now you playing up in his head. You keep him thinking, not him keep you thinking. Don't let him occupy your or she occupy your space. You occupy their space. So you take control back from them. Because whatever you put your mind on, that's what's going to control you. Now I want every last one of you, whether you're a bully or being bullied, I want you to listen to these points. And then I can be out of your way. So my goal is to see each one of y'all being the best that you could be. So point number one, you got to know within yourself that you are somebody. God didn't just place you on planet Earth by accident. When your mother and father got together to make you, there was 6 million spermatozoa that was released trying to find one egg. If any one of those 5,999,999 sperm had found that egg, then you would have not been here. So you know what that tells me? You be the 6 million to 1 or just getting on planet Earth. You know what that means? You got a right to be here. It wasn't no accident. God deliberately caused all of them other sperm to swim in a different direction so you could hit that egg. So you are somebody. The point that you being through so much of what you already been through in life is indication that God got something important for you to do. The reason why the devil at you is because he didn't see your purpose even though you ain't see it yet. And number two, you were born with and for a purpose. You were born with or for a purpose. I didn't know that I was going to be doing what I'm doing right now. I didn't know that I was going to be an author of 3 books, writing the 4th one right now. I didn't know that I was going to be a senior pastor. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was going to be a justice of the peace. I didn't know that I was going to be consulting governments, not just here in the Bahamas. I didn't know that I was going to be lecturer in college, because only 3 subjects I liked when I was in school, that was break time, lunchtime, and PE. But God had a plan for me. Even when I didn't know what it was, he had a plan for me. So I stopped by to tell you today that God got a plan for you as well. There's purpose inside each and every one of you. Number 3, everyone is not going to like you. Get that? Let's get that over right now. Every person that you meet in life, they ain't going to like you. Some people are going to dislike you even if you didn't do them anything. That's just the nature of people. But everybody don't have to like you. You know what's important? That you like yourself. You don't have to worry about who don't like your post on Facebook. Like it yourself. Like you. Speak to you. Don't wait to go out in the road and somebody to tell you you nice, you handsome, or you pretty. Look in the mirror and talk to yourself. Like yourself. Because some folks, no matter what you do, no matter how you try to stoop down to their level, they ain't gonna like you. That's a fact. And number 4, life ain't fair. Don't let nobody tell you anything different from life. It's not fair. Nobody owes you anything in life. If it's gonna be, it's up to me. Stop waiting on people to make things happen and start getting the knowledge and equipping yourself to do and be who God created you to be. Number 5, you will fail at something in your life. You'll not always get it right. I remember Thomas Edison, when he was working on creating the light bulb, he tried all kind of ways to get it to work, but it didn't work. He failed so much time at doing the light bulb that a servant came to him one day and said, "Master, you have tried over 10,000 times and failed." He said, "No, my dear boy, I have not failed. I've found over 10,000 ways it does not work." What I'm saying, failure is only an opportunity to do it different. If you fail at something, that doesn't mean that you're a failure. Brothers, listen to me good. We get too many brothers out there killing women because the woman don't like them. If you fail at that relationship, that ain't the only fish in the ocean. God got a better one for you. When you see a relationship don't work, you got to come to the understanding that maybe God ain't got that one for me. Maybe there's something better that God have in store for me. So stop counting yourself out because you didn't get some things right. You ain't always going to get it right. You ain't always going to win a game. Just on Monday night, we watched the college championship. There was a team that didn't lose any game all season. But in the championship game, they lost. Now, they could allow that to affect them for the rest of their life. Or they could say, "You know something? Be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back." And that's what it is. When you lose or you don't get it right, just tell yourself, coming back. A setback is only an opportunity for a comeback. Most of the times in life, in order for you to go forward, sometimes God got to plunge you back just like a slingshot. You got to pull it back so it can go farther than it was. And that's what failures give us the opportunity to do. Failures give us an opportunity to find out what don't work in life. So you ain't always going to get it right. Number 6, you become the sum total of the choices that you make in life. So you got to make good choices in life. The choices that you make today can determine who you're going to be, where you're going to be, and how you're going to be in your tomorrows. You know how you make good choices in life? Always ask the question, why? Before you do anything, ask why. Somebody come and say, "Let's go to this party." Why? They come, "Let's go smoke dope." Why? "Let's go beat up this fella." Why? At least have a reason to do what you're doing. There are a lot of people who are in jail right now. They didn't ask why. There are a lot of brothers right now that are fighting wars in gangs right now, and some of them fighting over some little bad girls. Most of the time, you don't really know why fights start, you know. You only know what the person tell you it start over. That's why, brothers, sisters, ask yourself why. Sisters, when brothers them come talk, but give me a little bit. Why? Why? Make it make sense. Why? Stop doing things just because other people say let's do. And ask yourself why. You become the sum total of the choices that you make in life. And what's ironic is that you can't blame nobody for what you don't do or what you don't become. You have a right to decide your destiny. And number 7, there's a purpose for everything inside your life. Everything that happens in your life, there's a purpose for it. I'm here today able to relate to you because some of the things that happen in my life. Some things, you might not like it right now, but I promise you it can make sense someday. Don't go through life messing up the gift that God placed on the inside of you because how people didn't make you feel. You are somebody. You got a right to be on planet Earth. There's something special on the inside of every one of you. You know what it's called? Potential. God never gave man a chair or a table. He gave him a tree. Man had to go and pull the potential for the chair and the table out of the tree. God didn't give man shoes. He hid it in the cow. Man had to use his wisdom to pull the shoes out of the cow. Use your wisdom to pull out what God placed on the inside of you. When you do that, I promise you, you will never have to beg a day of your life. Y'all should have clapped right there. So there's purpose for everything. Everything that happened in your life. There's a purpose why you was born to the family that you born to. There's a purpose why some things didn't happen in your life when you wanted it to happen. There was purpose. Flow with your purpose, man. Find out what it is that God placed you on planet Earth to do, and why you need you to do it. When you do that, I promise you're going to find happiness. Number 8, remember this. The golden rule. Whatsoever you sow, you're going to reap. You feel you could go around and terrorize other people, make other people's lives miserable? Let me tell you something. There's a lady out there called Karma. Karma, don't forget. Karma slap your head off when you least expect it. Things that you do to other people have a way of coming right back at you. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Now, this principle is also powerful in the positive things. If you sow goodness, it'll come to you. My daughter, my wife, my son, they go places now, people like treat them different. Why? Because some of the things what their daddy did. So sometimes in life, it ain't just what you can get. It's what the people who you gonna bring in this world, the people who are coming after you gonna get. That's why you so good, so that even your children gonna be able to benefit from the good what you sow. And it's like voice. You so bad, benefit from the bad. Life. Number 9. Number 9. Somebody say number 9. It ain't over until you say so. Stop allowing people to count you out in life. Not until you give up, it's over. That's why, never give up. Never give up. Never ever give up. Believe in yourself. Never give up, because it ain't over until you say it's over. And number 10, last one. Give life your best shot. This is the only one you get. You ain't get another chance to do this over. This is the only life you can get. You could go in the food store and you could buy Cheerios or cornflake when the Cheerios or cornflake out. You could go buy cream or milk. But nowhere, no hardware store, no food store, no clothing store, you're going to find another one of you. When you get this one, make the best of this, man. Don't waste this one trying to live up to other people's expectation. Don't waste this one trying to follow these other little freaks who ain't know where they going. When you die, it's over. And when you die, and you don't discover who you are, so you can find your purpose and maximize your potential, guess what you do? You rob this world out of the gift that God placed on the inside of you to bring to the rest of us. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to your little brothers, your little sisters. Don't do that to all the hundreds of thousands of people your life's supposed to impact. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been here to impact you today. My name is nothing to stop because I'm all the way up Spartacus, Spiticus, the short, sweet, Papa, Luke, Juicy, Cheese, and one inning, sweet, G.Reid, Vidas, Punkle, Gassi, Jacobossi, P.O.G. Big, bad, and beautiful, small, Paul, Arm, and Joy. I'm out.